This week, I made a super hard tower building game. In Tower of Sheep, your goal is to stack these adorable looking sheep on top of each other in order to reach the top of the level. If your tower collapses, you have to start all over from the beginning. But if you get to the top, you get to unlock a secret game mechanic. Follow along as I show you how I made Tower of Sheep and what that secret mechanic is. I frequently seem to have a few false starts when coming up with a new idea for a game. I spent most of last week coming up with a design for a puzzle game where you rotate the level to slide a box into the goal. The mechanics of that game were kind of garbage, so I gave up on it, at least for now. This week, I spent Monday and Tuesday coming up with ideas. I'm always trying to come up with ideas that I think will make for a good video. Finally, on Wednesday, I thought of a neat idea. I rolled into Construct 3 and got to work. The first thing I did was add a ground object and a block. I gave them both the physics behavior. My next step was to try to come up with a neat way to move the blocks around. I tried out a few different things, and after some work, I was able to get a neat drag and drop movement working. I then added a camera object, which is controlled by the scroll wheel, so you can move up and down the level quickly. The blocks were able to stack nicely, so I added a goal to reach. After adding the victory condition, I then got started on the artwork. I tried out a couple of different designs before coming up with this cute little sheep. By swapping out the colors, I was able to quickly add some nice variety. I drew a tile map for the background and toyed around with a few things until I got it looking the way I wanted. It was around this point that I came up with the surprise mechanic you unlock when you beat the game. But we'll be getting to that in a moment. Recently, sound effects is the area where I have been improving the most. I used to make some pretty awful sounds. Don't worry, I'll spare you the demonstration. However, I will ask that you like and subscribe. When this channel reaches 5,000 subs, I'm going to drink 5 raw eggs. It's going to be gross. After the sounds were finished, I whipped up a mellow song to play in the background. I did some final polishing and the game was just about done. As you can see, it can be pretty difficult to get the sheep to stay in a tower formation. I don't know if it technically counts as a rage game, but let's call it one anyway. However, I did put in this button that lets you add more sheep. But the more you add, the lower your final score will be, with the lowest possible score being Turbo Noob. So, what was the surprise mechanic you unlock upon beating the game? When you beat the game, you unlock Bomb Mode, which lets you spawn in bombs to knock your sheep around. After all, the best part of building a block tower is knocking it down afterward. And in case you are wondering, yes, this is animal cruelty. With the bombs in place, the game was finished. What other mechanics do you think would be interesting to add? That's all for now. Thanks for watching.